Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Geschotzwagen Tiger. It's a tier 9 German SPG. This one's located on the southwest spawn of Arctic region and it's under the command of Deathnub. Now this Arty, most people think, oh, GW Tiger, it must be from the Tiger 1. Actually it's the Tiger 2. So yes, it's quite a different beast. It's actually better than the Tiger P, which is the tier 8. Well, obviously it would be because it's a higher tier, but no, it's better all round actually. It's faster, it does 45 kilometers an hour, and I just feel it's a better Arty altogether. In fact, they did find one of these when the Americans arrived. I think it was at Paderborn. Or at least it was the testing grounds where they were actually trying out the GW hulls and all the other experimental Artys and equipment. And yes, there was one of these here, but but it actually didn't have the artillery piece inside the vehicle. They hadn't actually put it all together. There was two, or several actually, artillery pieces or howitzers laying on the ground. And the vehicle itself was actually sandwiched between a couple of other vehicles. Still awaiting testing. It was designed with the ability to actually dismount the gun originally, but then they changed their mind on that in the future and said, well, no, we'll just keep the gun inside, or keep the howitzer inside the vehicle. Okay, WC1 1114. Rounds out. Looks good. Very good. Nice hit. 50 TP and the WC 114. The 114 took a splash hit. 50 TP took the impact. But he lost 298 and the WC 114 got 217. And a nice amount of stun and loads of stun assists coming off now. Yeah, that's working. That was a good shot. It was a nice selection. We went for the right target, they all bunched together. In circumstances like that you want something that will cause stun and something that will hit more than one tank at the same time. This looks perfect! Rounds out. And 3 tanks get hit here. All of them get stunned, but the Cranbourne gets rid of their stun very quickly. That was very, very good. He's placing these shells where he'll do the most. Now you only get 15 rounds with the 21cm howitzer, capable of doing 900 alpha, and you'll penetrate 53mm of armour, but the burst radius is 11.4 meters. Cranbourne rounds out. Well, it splashed him from behind. It went long and to the left. It's not a whole lot of ammunition, 15 rounds, but it does have a rather large footprint, which means obviously you can get multiple tanks hit at the same time if you can put the shell in the right spot, and Deathnub's definitely been doing that. Oh, that was unfortunate. The Heshbomb just took out our 705. Okay, we're lined up on the 50 TP. If this shell goes in, it might actually kill an IS-7 at the same time. Rounds out. Oh, went long. That was unfortunate. The IS-7's gone, but he did get some stun assist off it. And he's picked up some more stun assist off the 50 TP. So, yes, he's collecting masses of stun assist, and that all helps a great deal if you're going to get a high category at the end of the game, high ranking. Okay, Progetto's very vulnerable. He's very low on hit points. Okay, line him up. Oh, no, he went before. He had to hesitate because the guy was backing up, but he fires at the Cranbourne and splashes him for 139. It looks like he's in reload. Well, there's his next best target because he's got 3 tanks together there, including a Heshbomb, which has got light armor, a Centurion 7-1 and a Emil 2. Standard reload 40.27 seconds, and Deathnub's got it down to 34.85. He's almost about to put a round in there. This will be fun. Hold back, guys. Oh, when he fired. Oh, yes! That's a penetrating round and a high roll on the Heshbon. And he's gone. That really did work. I thought for a second he was accidentally going to hit one of his own teammates as the shell zipped in over the cliff edge, but it worked beautifully because they actually managed to get the round into the Heshbon. I think it hit it on the turret. And now we're watching the 212A back at their cap area. He's been spotted, and he's being attacked, and he's gone. There's only one enemy tank left. It's the Progetto 65 who retreated back here. And yeah, rounds out. Direct hit and a pen and a fire. And he's gone, but it wasn't the Deathnub who got the kill. Unfortunately, it went to the 121B, but it's a victory. Well, that was an ace tanker game for Deathnub in the GW Tiger. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 8. And he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else in his team. And his win rate was 3,130. Yes, he got the ace tank and the mastery badge because he did so much stun assist. Putting those shells in the right place really does help you to get an ace tanker. We look at the team score, we can see that he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the 121B, got a high caliber for 6,000 hit points. The next highest scorer being the Chieftain, who managed 4,460. And the third highest damage went to Deathnub with 3,636. The highest that the enemy could do was 2,732. They were completely outclassed. And, well, Deathnub did a very good game there. When it came to kills, he didn't get the highest. In fact, he didn't get any. But the Chieftain managed to get 4 kills. The Char Future 4 got 3. And he also picked up a Leather Slaves medal. And 2 kills jointly went to the 121B, of course, who got that high caliber, and the CS63, and only 1 enemy tank got more than 1 kill, and that was the Progetto 65, and I think that was the one at the end of the game. And when we look to base XP, we can see he actually got 2nd place because the Chieftain managed 1,154, Deathnub managed 1,088, and the 121B got 1,052. So we've got 4 players, in fact 5, you might include this guy as well, who've actually got very high XP in that game. So these are the guys who actually made this victory happen. Let's have a look at detail. 8 shots fired, 3 direct hits on the enemy, 2 penetrations. 2, would you believe it? Yes, the first one being the FV4005, the Heshbon. He penetrated his turret, and then he penetrated the Progetto 65 right at the end of the game. Got a lovely roll off that guy, and of course he got a fire, which just helped even more for his teammates to put the fire out and put him out of his misery. 11 splashes on the enemy as well. Really did help with these tanks being so close together that he was hitting more than 1 tank at the same time. 3,636 hit points, and all of it was at more than 300 meters. Damaged 6 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but that gave him a Confederate. 2,387 hit points of stun assist off 13 stuns, and that gave him the ace tanker. 59,537 credits from the game after ammunition resupply took away a profit of 42,897 credits, 1,632 XP, 3,264 for mission completion, 4,896 experience points altogether. Let's have a quick look at the armor for this beast. It is basically the Tiger B, not the Panzerkampfwagen 6 Aslains B, which is the Tiger 2, but it's that hull, and you can see from the slope of the armor and everything, it looks like a Tiger 2 from the front. The armor, impacted armor on the front though, is only 30mm, angle comes out at 41, lower plate 30mm comes out at 53, the engine deck is negligible, 16mm I'm afraid, the superstructure 30mm there, 16mm at the side, so it does have a little armor protection from the front, you might say, but it's tiny amount. The whole side of the vehicle is just to stop shell splinters and bullets from hitting the crew. And so really it's not there's no heavy armor there at all. They've reduced the weight as much as possible because, of course, it's carrying a massive 21cm howitzer mounted inside the vehicle, and that's what's carrying. That's where all the weight is, because it's 64 tons in weight. This Arty. Let's have a look at modules. Okay, we've got the driver up front, sitting behind the transmission with the driver's mate on the other side. In fact, he's the radio operator in this case. Transmission in front of them, engine behind them, 2 fuel tanks either side of the engine at the back. And we can see that there is an ammo rack, one on either side at the back of the tank, back of the Arty. There's only one gunner. Surprisingly, the tank commander's actually in front of him, not behind him, and there's a loader on either side of the howitzer. So it's a kind of unusual arrangement. Normally there'd be 2 gunners, and one would be either side, one for the aiming, one for the azimuth, and one for the elevation. But in this case, there's only 1 gunner, 2 loaders, and 2 ammo racks. But really, if you can put a shell into that area there, because it is an open top, you should be able to take out most of the crew with 1 shot. So really, it's quite an open Arty, and of course remember, very thin armor here, so any shell going through the back of the Arty is going to set off the ammo racks and kill the crew. The easiest place to do some damage though is directly onto the engine area at the front of the vehicle, because that's going to slow it down and stop it. But you'll get easy pen if you just go for the gun shields. That's the best place to aim for, not at the front of the gun, but actually at the sides of the vehicle. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.